W. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's, the beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do? Lace up my shoes, chase W's, grape colored coops. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable, they sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few, can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit, your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop, it's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired, can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. The beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young. If I let you tell it, put my heart and soul in, so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions, daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on a mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is what the game is. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champions taking on the NFC champions, the New Orleans Saints. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis, beyond thrilled to be bringing you the Super Bowl. All the pomp, all the circumstance, all the pageantry. It doesn't get any better than this, partner.
I'm loving sharing this booth with you, sharing this moment, this type of a game. For all the teachers who said we'd never make it, we're here.
And we talked these last couple weeks about the buildup, the anticipation. I think these guys are just ready to get out there and get this thing started.
And I know that both coaching staffs have spent considerable time trying to figure out how to best bring their team up to a peak without taking them over the edge and causing a lot of issues early in the game.
And you don't think much of a pregame speech is needed for this one?
I think the pregame speeches were the shortest all year. If they didn't just say,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerry Tillery drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. On 2nd and 7, Rosen. He finds his man Johnson. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down. Just the first quarter of tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. If I missed it, it would have been a long night.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. From the gun, it's Rosen. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
To throw on 2nd down. Harris. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. They'll run for the first time with the former Buckeye Mike Weber, and he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Harris. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
57, Mike, 57. 3 bud. Mike's 57's right. Hey, pick your gun.
Now Harris, operating from the gun. And Thomas has it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And a nice gain at 21 yards. Harris now, throwing on first down. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Harris from the gun, he'll throw. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line. Jerry Tillery able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it will be 4th down. He'll look to throw. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. Now Johnson. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. We're scoreless after 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Complete, it's Johnson. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Rosen looking to throw. He goes full extension, and he's got it. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Rosen to throw again, and he fires one, but incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Harris. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick 6s.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Here's Harris throwing after the interception. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. 2nd and 15. And an alley to run. Good yardage there on the scramble, and all of a sudden they're left with a 3rd and 2, much more manageable. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. To throw is Harris on 3rd and 2. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let's get off the field. 57's the mark.
To throw again, Harris. And he fires one that's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it, fighting his way through contact. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. So now 2 pick 6s that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head and walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. Open man is Michael Thomas. And all the way down to the 26. It's a big play there for the Saints. 46 yards. Now Harris on 1st and 10. Steps away. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. A run for Weber, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Looking to throw. Harris. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. It's their quarterback in the final seconds of the first half as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The first down carry here for Johnson. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it.
From just shy of midfield, Rosen looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Page. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Johnson's got it complete. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Harris now on first down. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Back to throw. Harris buying time to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
2nd and 4. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Harris throwing on first down. Over the middle, complete. That's Weber. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Weber. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Here's Harris on 1st and 10. Dancing to his left. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain. On first down, Weber And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
57. Mike, 57. Here we go.
2nd and 2. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. To throw is Harris, operating from the gun. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. From 19 yards away, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 14. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Again, it's Johnson. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
57's the mic. Watch 56-6. Pull it high. Watch quick.
Rosen will throw. And the catch made by Johnson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Here's Johnson. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They go to Johnson again. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 12 more yards there and another first down. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. The busy night continues for Johnson. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 21-14. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Now Harris going to throw again. That's complete to Jake Butt. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Harris. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Casey Hayward, the Pro Bowler, there to knock it away. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Harris now to throw again. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
And there was a good opportunity to just want to ride there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Weber. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
49 to Mike. Watch 49. Man, let's get that ball here. Let's get that ball right here.
On first down, Harris. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A good pickup there, a 22. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run on first down. Weber. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. A gain of 3, 2nd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run again here with Weber, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And they will take a knee here. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we may very well be headed to overtime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all to score as the kick's away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. On first down, it's Johnson. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We could call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
They'll run on first down. It's Weber. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And an alley to run. Not only another first down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college. But I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see this a little bit more often in the future.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Big stop.
And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. Now a first throw here in overtime. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath, and boy, oh boy, the moment of truth is
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Well, their defense did its job. Now they're going to get the football with a chance to win it.
And it feels like they ran out on the field, and right before they did, they told the offense, don't worry about this. We got you. Okay, we got the situation under control. We'll get it back for you for a chance to win the game, and boy, they did it well.
James White, you've got a new rival for best finish to a Super Bowl ever. Now, partner, a great game that we got to see, and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.